Good morning, Mini Path Spiritual Center, and welcome to the sanctuary, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. So glad to see all your smiling faces. We're going to get started today by singing a couple of songs back to back, get our energy up. So, on behalf of Reverend Deb Moore, I'm Ryan Gill. That's Daphne. Let me get my shades off since I don't wear my sunglasses inside. All right, let's all stand up and sing I Am the Place. you later, worries. All right, please be seated. Wow. The music was so good, we doubled in size. Holy cow. My goodness. See, we always talk about the power of music, and we have that power at Mini Pass Spiritual Center. That's right. And there go the kids, so we were been reduced by 25%. Okay. All right. Okay, so welcome everybody. It is the third week of August already. Are you ready for the holidays? Do you have your Christmas shopping done? What? It's right around the corner. I, that's what I was going to say. I went into Walmart the other day and they're ready for Christmas. Come on. What you waiting on? 100 degrees and we're going to do some Christmas shopping, right? That's the way it is in Arizona, right? Anyway, so glad to have everybody here. If you're unfamiliar with Mini Path Spiritual Center, we call ourselves a place for authentic transformation. And this is where we come to peel back the layers that we have been accumulating throughout our lives, through our families, through the society that we live in, through other churches that we've been to, from all the jobs that we've had, for all of the relationships. And we come back to peel all that back to reveal who we truly, authentically are. And that is children of the divine, right? We are children of divine walking the face of the earth, and we have a divine purpose, which we show through our spiritual path, right? So we're here to love each other, support each other on our spiritual journey, and learn from each other and through the classes and the services that we have here. It's the whole reason that we exist as a spiritual community. So that's why we come together every week. So we're so happy to have everybody here to be a part of that energy, a part of that just sheer goodness, right? We are a vibrant spiritual community. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. And let's have some announcements to kind of show us what we got going on this week. Hi, April.
I love it. All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. We have Happy Class Tuesday, August 18th at 6 p.m. Yoga Groove with uplifting relaxation. Sign up in the front room. $5 Fun Friday All Request Night. Cardio Drumming with Steph, August 21st at 6 p.m. Sign up in the front room or text and email Steph directly. Sacred Satsang Circle. What's happening? I'm like, oh, what'd I do? Oh.
I was highlighting the big energy.
I like it. That's fine with me. I was a goose in my last life. Thank you. Okay. Sacred Satsang Circle, Thursday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Discussion, reflection, and support with spiritual community. Monthly book club resumes on Thursday, September 17th at 6 p.m. We will be reading Joy Span by Dr. Carrie Burnknight. Let's explore how to thrive in life's second half with purpose, joy, and connection. Bring shareable finger food to share, plus $5. Join for an evening of mocktails, community, and great discussion. All right, let's pave paradise and put up a parking lot. So far, yes! We have raised about $1,000, so the exact amount will be shared next week towards our $2,500 goal. Let's keep it going. Have you donated this month? If you're able to today, please make your contribution in the Lego head. I had to visually check that myself. Yep, the Lego head at the back of the sanctuary, or donate online, and please write parking lot in the notes section. Please remember that classes and events require the facilitator's time and expense. So if you are interested in attending events, please be sure to follow any instructions for signing up or prepayment. All activity or meeting links, contact numbers can be found in the weekly happenings Google Calendar, or you can always email the church. Thanks. Oh. There is an Astro Chat at 1 o'clock today here. So stick around, go grab some lunch, bring it back, and stay around for Astro Chat 1 p.m. Yes.
Popular corner.
Good morning, Maypass Spiritual Center. Let's begin this portion of the service by taking in a deep centering breath. You can do everything within your power to find forms of healing and remove energy blocks. You can meditate and pray for hours each day, and you can seek and give forgiveness. But if you're not being of service, you'll never fully realize your intended results. If prayer and meditation are ways to connect with the sacred, service is the outward movements of those practices. And if the purpose of spiritual practice is spiritual growth, service is a powerful spiritual discipline. No one who commits themselves to service remains unchanged by the experience. The most impactful work we can do is the simple act of service. When we serve, we become more compassionate, more sensitive, more understanding, and more aware. When we serve, we experience what love can do. We are all of service each time we give of whatever we have been given, as long as we do it with love. Being of service and doing it with the right attitude means that you do it in some way and it elevates those around you. We are being of service each time we send out a current of caring in whatever form we can. Take a few minutes this week and look inside and see how you're being of service to your inner circle, your spiritual community, and the world at large. Through contemplation, an open mind, and giving heart, Spirit will guide you on what is yours to do. Now please repeat these affirming statements after me. I find joy, enrichment, and satisfaction in the service to others and the world around me. I strengthen my spiritual path by serving others and the world around me. Service to others is a manifestation of my love and my pathway to peace. Service to others is a manifestation of my love and my pathway to peace. And so it is.
And that's so important because that's why we're here, right? We're here to love ourselves and then show that love to the world in service. And so we try to do that every single day, all day long, right? That's a focal point of our spiritual path. And speaking of path, we're singing about the road that we're traveling this month. In our congregational song, we're singing The Only Road to Travel. We're thinking about what our version of heaven is when we sing it. And we're realizing that at the core of our path, the only road has to contain love at the center of it. So let's all stand up and remember the only road to travel. love's the only road to travel. Love thy sister, love thy brother, look for freedom in each other. Let no nation make peace through battle. There are many paths to heaven. Love's the only road to travel. Oh, beautiful. Please be seated.
So nice. I should leave this up here, but I'm going to take it down. I mean, we could meditate on $1,500
Or how beautiful a parking lot
or
is.
how beautiful our parking lot is. Let's envision it together, right?
Good vision.
Good morning, all. So great to see you. School must be starting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, vacations are over. People are here. Someone told me once, a while back, who was it? Judy Bernard. She said, you know what? Y'all just need to focus on being a beacon. Just be a beacon. Don't worry about, do we use our social media correctly? Do we get this announced out here? Just focus on being a beacon. And I'm sitting here thinking this morning, as we beacon long lost friends back home, Annette, so good to see you. Yeah, and so many folks back from vacations and back from whatever. Maybe you're new here today. We love to see that. We're just grateful that you're all here. I believe, that you're here by divine appointment and that there is a sacred presence that exponentially grows when we come together as people centered on living the best life we can live. So I invite you to close your eyes and settle into your seat. Let your breathing just settle. Everything you need is contained within you. Everything I need is contained within me. The more that we center ourselves on that idea, the more we find ourselves in a ready stillness. A place of pure peace in the middle of chaos. But a peace that understands just when and how to respond. How to show up. Be a conduit through which creative energy flows. Energy that improves every situation. Energy that strengthens every right cause. We stay centered in our heart. We stay focused on our spiritual practice so that we are ready. Ready to take a stand, ready to heal a situation, ready to offer ourselves in service. And all of that energy within us expands and expands and expands when we come together. When we remember who we are in the midst of others remembering who they are. It's magical. Let's just bask in the energy of that together for a moment in the stillness, in the silence. Oh, great Spirit, thank you for these friends. Thank you for these people. People I love and who love me. People you love and who love you. Thank you for this community. Thank you that we can remind each other to show up and be of service in the world. Thank you for the presence that we feel in this place. me sign it later. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give a shout out to the Astro Chat this afternoon that somehow got left off of the announcements today. Please join me. I'll be here for it 1 o'clock. They're always so interesting. If you've been wondering what is going on in the world today, if you wake up some mornings and going, good Lord, what planet do I live on? Astro Chat might help you understand that just a little bit, because there's some big stuff going on in the stars and the planets and the houses and the whatnot. So please plan to join. We can go grab a hamburger up at McDonald's because that's so good for you. I won't tell you how many points I have in my McDonald's app right now. But nonetheless, we could all get some free hamburgers probably. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you here today. We are in the 7th moon of the year of the fire horse. The moon is waxing crescent at 15%. We had a new moon this week. Did you feel it? New moon, solar eclipse, all kinds of crap going on. All right. And this is it. This is the portion of our year where we're moving from talking about focusing on practice to focusing on action, right? Our year's theme is passion, action, intentional momentum. This is what the fire horse energy is all about. And we're at the point of stepping into the fray, taking action, bringing peace, showing up as presence under pressure. This is it, right? We're going to get started. We're going to do something. Anybody else ever think that, like, one of these days life would start? Did y'all, like when you were a teenager, young adults, like one of these, I'm still waiting for life to start. And so it's here. You're in it. All right. This is perfect timing with college football about to start. I've got my Vanderbilt football jersey. I'm ready for the season. And we've got the election season coming up, and who knows what else. There's lots of things for us to take action on this fall. Some folks are starting new jobs. Some folks are maybe moving into a new home. Your life has a new focus. Your job is shifting. Whatever it is, there's action to be taken. So today, we're going to step into that action, and we're going to get your game face on. Right? Get your game face on. This is what we often think about when we talk about getting your game face on. We think of competition and the duality of winning and losing because we're here in this planet that focuses on duality. Somehow, for some reason, we don't know. Nobody's ever figured it out. We came from the oneness because we wanted to play in duality. And now here we have to try to remember who we are again, which is the oneness, right? And so when we think about getting our game face on, we think about this duality. We think of toughness and discipline and grit. But what does it mean to have your spiritual game face on? To be spiritually ready for the game of life? What does it look like? Here's one for you. What does it look like to live what I say I believe? Right? What does it look like to take what I say I believe into every single moment? Moments of conflict, moments of road rage, moments of meetings that could have been an email. My school year starts tomorrow, so I've got that on my brain, all right? We can spend a lifetime preparing to live, as I just talked about, and eventually discover that the preparation itself has become the way we avoid living, right? We can be so into our spiritual practice that the spiritual practice itself becomes a hindrance to actually getting out and showing up in life the way that we are practicing to show up. You know, being ready is not about knowing what's coming. Being spiritually ready is about trusting who you will be when whatever crap shows up in your life shows up. It's knowing who you are no matter what. So the other night, Nikki and I watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Y'all seen that movie? Yeah, I hadn't seen it in like 2 decades. And so we watched it again because I'm teaching a film class this fall, and I'm thinking about adding that, and I think I'm going to add it to my film class repertoire that we're going to teach. But there is a particular way that they greet each other, and come to find out, it's an Asian thing, it's a Far East thing, it's a martial arts thing, but it looks like this. It's called Bao Quan Li. right? I think it's got some other names too. It's also just called palm, a fist in palm. And so what you do is it traces back, by the way, this is a traditional martial arts greeting, like you meet someone like this. It traces back to the Zhou dynasty about 1,000 years before the Common Era, before Christ, right? All the way up to 256 years before Christ. And so for way back, this goes way back. And in this greeting, the right hand represents strength, readiness, that active yang force, right? And the left hand represents peace, wisdom, and virtue, right? And so when we greet someone like this, it's saying, I'm coming to you in peace and in wisdom, but don't get it messed up, right? I've got strength underneath this. This is like the velvet hammer kind of thing. I've got strength underneath this, but I am holding that. It's just a still strength, right? I'm keeping this back here. Now, it's totally different, by the way, if you do it the other way. If you come up with your left hand like this and your right hand, that means I'm fixing to fight you, right? Here we come. At what Nikki calls her bully beatdown service, which is available if anybody needs that. She has a bully beatdown service. But so this is the way that they would greet each other. And so after that movie, I'm looking up all kinds of things. Like I'm looking up Bruce Lee. Anybody ever watch old videos of Bruce Lee? That guy was amazing. Like I'm not even sure he was human. Like some of the things he could do were so amazing. And not only that, he died very young, but he was also incredibly wise. And I put this entire quote up on this next slide. It's going to be small, maybe a little difficult to read, but this is a quote from Bruce Lee. This is for those folks who take pictures with their camera and then blow it up later. Here we go. Or come see me, Crystal, after she'll send it to you. He said, be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you will find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Hang with that for a moment. If nothing within you stays rigid, if you stay loose, easy, flowing, then outward things show themselves to you. You see them for what they are. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Water is going with the flow, and it's also incredibly powerful. This is not about, and I want to give a little warning here, this is not about conforming to whatever it is you meet. Like I grew up, when I was a kid, we moved all over the place, right? I was constantly moving. I learned how to make friends because I had to. I learned how when we moved to Missouri to get a little bit of a Southern twang. I learned how when we moved to Michigan to talk about going to McDonald's and getting a hamburger, because that's what they say in Michigan. Get a hamburger. They say that in Illinois, Marcia? Okay, all right. So it's a Michigan thing, I guess. And so I had to kind of learn how to conform. I became kind of a chameleon because I had to. It was survival. It was a survival skill. But of course, as a kid, I didn't really know who I was yet. And so you don't want to change. You can change shape without changing essence. Like I can change my shape to dance with whatever's coming at me. But water remains H2O, no matter how it slides over things or crashes on a beach. And I wonder what might happen if I just take in rather than impose my will. That's what this be like water means. I'm not walking in and taking charge of every room I'm in. For some of us fire signs, that's a really tough thing to learn, right? So we're not walking in and taking charge of whatever room we're in. We're just, what would happen if I just kind of start taking in? I do this at work sometimes with meetings. What would this meeting be? What would be happening in this meeting if I wasn't here? And sometimes I just get quiet and sit off to the side and like, I'm just going to watch and see what would happen. What would unfold if I didn't put any of my own thoughts into this meeting? Water doesn't impose its will. It flows and it changes the world. So spiritually, we're thinking a lot more along the lines of this. get your game face on. Because there's something fascinating about that kind of martial arts ideal of readiness, and that's a spiritual ideal of readiness. You know, the novice, the one who's new, who doesn't understand, they often look like they're ready to fight. All right, I'm ready, right? Where the master looks like they're ready not to fight. That's a very important difference. The novice is tense, the master is relaxed. Yet the master's more ready, right? That's what we practice for, is to get to that space. The novice anticipates, the master observes. The novice has already decided what to do. The master is saying, let's wait and see what's happening here. Let's wait and discover. The novice says, I've got this. Oh, how many times I've said that in my life. I've got this. Leave it alone. Got it. Right? It's easier if I do it myself. Anybody ever have that disease? I have that disease. It's just easier if I do it myself. The master says, let's see what unfolds. And then just responds. And so what we have is a kind of ready stillness. Ready stillness, not passive stillness, not frozen stillness, not this, I'm just going to sit here and spiritually detach from everything stillness. Because I'm just going to sit here and spiritually detach from everything is an attachment. But that's a whole other sermon, all right? But rather, it's a stillness that contains movement within it. Think about the bow right at the moment before the arrows let go. It's got to be perfectly still. But man, there's movement in that stillness, isn't there? There's energy in that stillness. Think about the runner right before the starting gun, right? They're still, but they're ready. The martial artist stands apparently motionless, but the whole body is awake. And that's the kind of stillness that we're trying to achieve in a sense of spiritual readiness. You've heard me talk about this guy before, Viktor Frankl. He's an amazing human being. He survived the Holocaust, and he said, he was a psychologist, and he said, between stimulus and response, there is a space between what is asking you to respond and what you actually respond with. There is a space, and the quote goes on, in that space is our power to choose our response. We don't have to just knee-jerk every time. We get the same stimulus and we just react the same way. And what is it when you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? That's insanity. And so we keep having the same reaction, but we have power in that space right before we respond, where we can choose what our response is going to be. What if we did the exact opposite of what someone expects in that moment, of what we expect in that moment? And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl lost his father, his mother, his brother, and his wife in concentration camps. He himself barely survived the concentration camp, came to America, became a psychologist, or had been a psychologist even before he went into the concentration camp. He had another quote. He said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. He who has the centered heart within him can bear almost any condition that comes his way. The one who knows who they are can show up in anything and remain who they are." He had this suggestion, which I love. I might even try to pick, maybe we ought to pick this up and see if we can get enough signatures on a what do you call that thing? Yeah, that petition. And see if we can make this happen. He suggested that the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast should be mirrored by a statue of responsibility on the West Coast. That sounds like the most un-American thing I've ever heard. Like, I can see that in China, Japan, India, right? But the idea of Americans having a statue to responsibility, that's quite amazing. He emphasized the fact that freedom would degenerate into mere arbitrariness unless it was lived in terms of responsibleness, responsibility, the ability to respond. It's not just, we tend to take the word responsibility and think, well, that's our duty. No, it's our ability to respond in a moment, respond appropriately. My responsibility in this moment is to show up as peace. My responsibility in this moment is to show up as love, right? How do we respond to the world we meet every day? Because stuff's coming at us every single day. Well, here's a thought. The strongest response may be the one that doesn't fight the moment into submission. I am looking in the mirror right now as I say that because I'm an Aries and I have the best ideas about how to do things. We have done without that laugh for a while now. Annette, no, I'm kidding. What if we don't fight the moment into submission? What if we allow the moment to be? This reminds me of that Taoist concept, Wu Wei, effortless action, flowing with life, not forcing. If you get into the Tao, it talks more about what not to do than what to do, right? The Tao Te Ching tells us this: do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? I'm one of those, I mean, you've heard me say this before, let's do something even if it's wrong. Right? I'm a person of action. Let's get going. Let's get moving. Let's do it. Even if it's wrong, let's get some momentum going. Because then it's a whole lot easier to change the direction of a moving ship than it is to get one going. So that's all right. If we're heading in the wrong direction, we'll adjust, we'll move. But the Tao is telling us, can you remain unmoving? Can you get still and allow the right action to arise by itself? This is the non-attachment that the Buddha teaches. We don't force, we allow. But then we move in sync with what comes, because remaining still when life asks for action is also a form of attached resistance. Sometimes life is asking us to move. And we say, no, I'm going to sit here in stillness. That's the very moment when we have to step in with our readiness. Life is going to ask you to move every single day. It's going to throw so much at you. But I want to make a suggestion that maybe, what if I simply refuse to catch everything that life throws at me? Who said you have to catch it? Some things you have to catch. Sure, I don't forego my duties, my responsibilities. But what if I just watch some of it fly by? That is an option. Right? That is a choice. What if I refuse to be bothered by every single thing that is hurled at me? And there are so many ways that we catch the things that life sends our way. One of the ways we catch the things life is sending at us is by complaining about them. Guess what? You just caught it. You just took it by complaining about it. What about by disliking it? Oh my God, that's coming at me. You just caught it with your dislike instead of just like, woo, there goes that again. Okay, right? So there it is. Things just whirl about my head. I don't know. It's fine. Sometimes we catch things by leaping for them. They weren't even meant for us. Sometimes we're leaping in front of other people to catch their stuff that's coming at them. I'm looking at you, all you mothers in the audience, right? Because that's what I think mothers are kind of just naturally going to do. They get in this habit of leaping out and catching the things that are hitting other people. I always wonder about that, even with my own students sometimes, because I feel that same kind of initiative sometimes to leap out and save them from themselves. Because I hear some sob stories. I do. I hear some sad stories. And I immediately start thinking, what can I do? And I always wonder, where is my line between being of service to this person in front of me and letting them have their lesson? I don't want to keep them from their lesson. I don't know how moms figure that out, because that is one of the toughest calls I can't even imagine how you wrestle with that all the time. Again, this doesn't mean that I don't accept responsibility. Life throws bills at me, I pay them. But can I look at it more like a tennis match instead of a throw and catch kind of game? Can I just return the serve? There you go. Don't have it anymore. I didn't hold on to it. I didn't have to catch it. I just returned the serve and let it go. We stay ready without attachment to the plan. We let go of rigidity and control. We prepare deeply and hold lightly. We practice, and then we allow life to be lived through us as a ready vessel, right? A spiritual game face doesn't have to be serious and grim, because being spiritually ready often looks like curiosity. It looks like humor. It looks like courage and compassion and groundedness. I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but because of the things that are moving in the universe, Rita said, we need some grounding energy. And she brought some lemon balm and just put it on the table out there, just to kind of, whether you know it or not, maybe right now we need to be grounded just a little bit. That's showing up spiritually ready. I'm not even going to tell people what I've done. I'm just going to ground this whole building, right? It's having a game face with a centered heart. And somewhere between the reactivity of action by itself, which is just reaction, that knee jerk, right? Somebody cuts me off in traffic, I'm going to cuss at them. And the spiritual spectatorship of alignment without action, where I sit on my rear end and do nothing but meditate all day long. Somewhere in the middle of those two is a centered heart. And a centered heart means that I don't have to control this moment, because nothing messes with my centered heart. If you walk into moments and you go, I'm going to lose my peace in this moment, then you're giving up your centered heart. I spent the last year, when I was still the president of the Faculty Senate, every time I'd walk into the division office, I'd walk in and say, they're not going to steal my joy. Nobody's going to steal my joy, right? I don't have to control the moment. Stuff's going to go down that I don't like. Let me watch it whiz by. I don't have to know the outcome. I don't anyway. That's always a control issue lie, to think that we do know the outcome. I don't have to make everyone agree with me. I don't have to win. Oh, boy, did I have to learn that one the hard way, right? I don't have to win. I'm watching ever since Amy took me to the Nashville Soccer Club game. I've been a soccer fan, right? And now I'm all into soccer, and I'm watching last night. Y'all watched the match last night? Did you know there was a match last night? Nashville Soccer and Miami, who's got Lionel Messi, who's the #1 player in the world. And we kicked their rear end. And it felt so good, right? And I also had to step back and kind of let that just be a thing that I enjoy for a while. I don't have to win. Sometimes that's the worst thing in sports, is that feeling that if I lose, I feel bad in my... Can you lose and still walk out smiling and whistling? Because it's just a game. It's fine. I don't even have to feel particularly confident. I can walk into things. Well, who was it who said, I remember who it is, I can see her face, but I can't pull her name. Speak your truth even when your voice shakes. Maggie Kuhn, Gray Panthers, that woman. She said, speak your truth even when your voice shakes. You don't always step forward in confidence, but you can step forward spiritually ready. I simply need to remain connected to who I'm choosing to be, who I am, who I know myself to be. I just have to remain connected to my true essence, my pure presence, my centered heart. That's all I have to do. So how do we do that? When I teach early American literature, my favorite is teaching Ben Franklin, and some of you have heard me talk about him before in this regard. But Ben Franklin had this morning question and an evening question. And his morning question was, what good shall I do this day? And his evening question was, what good have I done today? What a beautiful way to live your life. To start every morning with an intention of, I want to move forward and do good in the world. What good will I do today? I'm going to be on the lookout for it, because I want to show up as the good in the world. I want to show up as a person who can be of service to others, as a person who brings peace into a situation. What good shall I do this day? And then at the end of the day, before you finally go to sleep, which for me is a little bit later than it should be, but nonetheless, there's a difference between getting in bed and going to sleep, right? Yeah, gotcha. Thank you, Bill, who was it who created the iPhone? Yeah, whoever that was. Who? No. Steve Jobs. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. There we go. All right. Uh, all right. Ben Franklin also devised a plan for moral perfection. And he made a list of 13 virtues that he thought someone should have, like frugality, industry, patience, things of that nature. And 13 times 4 is 52. And that's how many weeks there are in a year. So he decided that if he would spend an entire week focused on one virtue, and the next week, the next virtue, he could get through the entire program 4 times in a year. And surely he would be morally perfect by the time he reached the end of that year, right? And he admitted in his autobiography that he never did reach moral perfection, but he came up with that in his 20s, and he carried that little book with him through the rest of his years. Till he was an old man, he carried that book that had the outlines of his moral perfection and what he should practice. What if you devised your own version of a morning and evening question and perhaps combine them with your own set of virtues? Who is it you want to be in the world? How do you want to show up? How are you showing up that you wish you didn't? That's one trick always for me. Sometimes I walk into a situation, I walk out and go, I wish I hadn't shown up that way. I wish I'd shown up a little bit differently. Well, let me identify it. Instead of trying to put it under the rug and move past as fast as I can, let me try to identify that and work with it, right? And so maybe we make a list. We say, today I will practice whatever it is. What might happen if we started our day with an intentional focus on presence or compassion or non-attachment or joy? If you find yourself struggling every time I say the words non-attachment, and you say, no, we got to be attached to some things, maybe that's one place to start. You know, today I'm going to be unattached and see what happens. I'm going to practice being unattached. And maybe you devise your own way of reminding yourself throughout the day. I've seen people who wear a rubber band on their wrist, and every time they even think about the rubber band, they just snap it and go, I'm being unattached today. I'm going to stay in non-attachment. I'm being peace today, no matter how much that pisses me off. I'm going to be peace. I'm going to be peace. I'm in traffic. I'm going to be joy. Right? I'm going to be joy. I told myself I was going to be joy today. I'm going to bring joy to this situation too. Be present, be compassionate, be peace, be brave, whatever it is, but be intentional. And as Bruce Lee tells us, adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. That ought to be the motto of Many Paths Spiritual Center right there, because that's what we operate on. Adapt what is useful to you. You love Jesus, man, with all your heart, soul, and mind. You follow the Buddhist way, whatever it is. You're more of a agnostic, be an agnostic. That's fine. You like the Hindus? Follow them for a while. Do like I do and be a hummingbird and just kind of do all of them, right? Let me get nectar from all these different flowers. Reject what is useless to you. It doesn't matter how useful or how firm it is for anyone else. If it doesn't work for you, reject it and add what is specifically your own. Ben Franklin gave us a good model, right? Jesus gave us a good model. Buddha gave us a good model. Bruce Lee gave us a good model. But what works for you? Deb has a way that works for her. But I can't talk too much about that because that's not your way. And part of it is just deciding and being intentional. We do those first two things pretty well. We can adapt what is useful and reject what is useless. But it's being proactive in our own spiritual journey. You know what? I am going to do this morning and evening question for the next month. I have to do that with myself. I have to set a goal. I'm going to meditate every day for the next month, no matter what, no matter how much I hate it, no matter how much it, of course, that was something I set years ago. I meditate every day now because that works for me. And other people, it may not work for. Create a practice of awareness that has your stamp on it. And be intentional. Here's a little prayer that we can consider or I want to offer to you. I don't know what's coming. I don't know exactly what I'll have to do. But I am here. I am awake. I am willing. And I trust myself to meet the moment. Right? I don't know what today's going to bring. I don't know what this year's going to bring. I don't know what Ryan's new job is going to bring. I don't know what Drake's new apartment is going to bring. I don't know what anybody's new situation in their life, what this year of school is going to bring for me. I don't know, but I trust myself to meet the moment. And I'm going to stay awake and aware. I'm going to stay ready and nurture a centered heart. And I'm going to let the mud settle. And I'm going to breathe into the woo way of effortless action. Set my daily intention and trust myself to meet the moment. Namaste.
Let's do I release. I release. I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. In my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'm free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's going to be a big week. I'm really nervous about starting a new job tomorrow. Right? You know? So, yeah, thank you for your love. Thank you for the love. I appreciate that. You know, it's so interesting because you search and you search, and then you find a job that you go, oh my God, this is perfect for me, right? And then you're nervous as to start it, right? So it doesn't make sense, but it's all going to be good because I'm going to get right with God on the way, right? That drive on the way is going to be like, this is it. All right. So thank you so much for all your love and support. I appreciate every single one of you. I love every single one of you. You are awesome people, and this is such a great community. I'm so grateful that I have this place, that we have this place, that Goodlettsville has this place. We are a unicorn, for lack of a better term. So let's celebrate that, right? Um, if you want to give, donate to the parking lot, donate to the general fund. There's the blue vase there for your paper donations. We have the QR code for your Venmo and PayPal. and keep in mind everything that we've got coming up. And let's all stand up together and say our Apache blessing as we prepare to take on the week. Daphne?
May the sun bring us new energy by day, and may the moon softly restore us by nights. May the rain wash away our every worry, and may the breeze blow new strength into our being. May we walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of our lives. And so it is.
All is well. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. All is well. Life is good. We are truly blessed. We are truly blessed. We are truly blessed. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you back next Sunday.
Why did I sing the high note? I was like, okay, now I gotta stick with it.
Yeah, I know.